Good day. Thanks for joining me for another Atari 8-bit gameplay video. Today I've got queued up here a game called, a game with a little bit of a confusing provenance, naming history. This is called, as you can see, Human Engineered Software presents Attack of the Mutant Camels, a Jeff Minter game translated for the Atari by Jay Leonard. 1983 HES. Now, as far as I can make out, this game is the sequel to Gridrunner. It was called Matrix originally, I believe, and I think the first platform that it was developed for by Jeff was the VIC-20, although it was also on a number of other systems that I believe he implemented it for. Now, the game file that I loaded up, and if you watch the loading screen, it refers to this game as Gridrunner 2, which makes a certain amount of sense. Matrix also makes a certain amount of sense once you see the gameplay. And Attack of the Mutant Camels was the, I'm going to say, North American title of the Empire Strikes Back style game that Jeff did, where you're trying to take out a bunch of giant mutant camels before they overrun your base, and which shares the name with this game, so it is all a little bit confusing. If you think of it as Matrix / Gridrunner 2, regardless of the name, I think it makes a little more sense. So let's go. AMC, aka Matrix, aka Gridrunner 2. So, as you can see, at least if that didn't go very well. As you can see, at least if you're familiar with Gridrunner, this is Gridrunner, or rather Gridrunner 2. Apparently there is some additional gameplay elements. It's a more graphically oriented game than the original Gridrunner. A little more polished too, or I don't know if polish is quite the right word, but a little more colorful graphics. Good sound effects, lots of flashing, various things like that. Do I have 3 ships remaining? I believe the laser beam and the missile fire on a timer, and I think as you progress through the levels, that timer, the period on that timer shortens. Very clearly Centipede-inspired game, but Jeff, as always, has really made it his own game, especially what he did with it later on. He had a really nice Android game called Gridrunner, also implemented for iOS, I believe. I was most familiar with it on Android, and I don't think his iOS games, I think they did okay, but I think it turned into a giant pain in the ass to try and maintain things on the Apple Store. Lots of fees and lots of updates required, in the sense of Apple made the platform very much a moving target, is my understanding. Wow. Okay, how to not pay attention. Game over. Starting level. Okay, so you can select the starting level with the select key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 6. Alright, well, I'll tell you what. Maybe if I pay a little more attention I can do better. That's a nice colorful loading end screen for the grid. If I pay a little more attention, maybe I can do slightly better. Can you tell what level you're on? Not obvious, other than that I know. Oh, there you go, zone 1. When you start a zone, you get a clue. So stay out of the way. The little things that form at the intersection of the missiles and the... Doesn't seem like that bomb should have hit me. The little things that form at the intersections of the missiles and the laser blast there drop bombs, I guess, when they mature. And there you go, zone cleared. All right. I guess you need to stay well clear of those bombs as they drop. I'm not sure if you can shoot them in mid-flight. Maybe I'll experiment with that a little bit. Oh, and another Gridrunner, aka Centipede. Come Ooh, okay, so he didn't. That one. Okay, so I'm going to say no. Once those bombs drop, you can't do anything but avoid them. Since I put a couple of blasts through that last one. Alright, let me concentrate a little bit on playing the game. Maybe I should concentrate on avoiding the laser. Blast. 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 Okay. It's on a rhythm. For sure. Oh, gosh. Talent galore. Talent galore, I tells ya. Not sure what the logic is to which direction the centipede turns, or whatever, the Gridrunner turns. Is it... Oh my goodness. Terrible. Alright, well, clearly this is not a game that I have any degree of mastery over, but it's not a bad game to play. I guess I'd like to be a little better, which obviously would require some practice. Ooh, you can go way up the screen in this one. So are the things which mature the same whether they come from the intersection of the laser and the shot, or the shooting of the segments of the Gridrunner? I think so. Although maybe they are the same. Okay, got him. Zone clear. Nice. Mystery bonus 3. Good, I got a mystery bonus. I don't know what for, but I guess that's why they call it a mystery bonus. That reminds me of Astro Blaster, where you had all of these mystery I don't recall if they were called mystery bonuses, but they were bonuses that you weren't always sure what you got them for. Sometimes it became obvious after playing the game for a while, but that's an arcade game. I'll have to do some videos on at some point. Do a video on at some point. Fighter pilots needed for Sector Wars. Play Astro Blaster. Oh my. Other than Berserk, that's probably the second game that I remember that had speech in the game. Alright, let's see. Can we clear zone 1 still? I think I am. Or did I get... No, maybe not. Yeah, I think this is zone 2. Too busy blathering away instead of playing the game. Playing the game! Failing to play the game. Zone 2, yes. A couple more ships, but you start over each time, which is, for a player like me, is maybe a bit of a shame, since obviously I would benefit from paying attention to where the laser blasts are going to come from, but also not starting over every screen, because I'm kind of terrible, apparently. So if I stay higher, you get the benefit of faster refiring rate. Pay some attention. Oh. And that's how you get nailed. Zarjazz. Let me start on level 2 and try one more time. See if I can clear zone 2 here. A little high score entry there. Yep. Still not paying proper attention to those laser blasts and the timing of it. Come on then, you Gridrunners. Have at thee. Okay, don't sit in that row forever, because sooner or later the laser blast will get you. Watch for maturing bomb dropper thingamadoos once they get to that sort of... What the hell? Oh, the missile from the side. Oh my lord. lot to pay attention to there. That I'm failing to pay attention to. So once... Oh my gosh. This is embarrassing. Game over. No doubt. Alright. Just for fun, let me crank this all the way up to level 6 and see how difficult that is. I suspect I will fare quite poorly. I don't seem to have a natural... Oh, hey, that's different. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Nice. Those are like little sheep or camels or dogs or something. I'm kind of glad I fired that up. So they give you 106 points? I wonder what that's all about. And there's a guy walking across the top there. What's he doing? Managing to... What the heck? Oh my gosh, what was that? A diagonally moving Gridrunner. Not sure what the deal is with those dogs or whatever they are. Camels, sheep, probably sheep. Knowing Jeff a little bit, they're probably sheep. Not hard to tell with only a few pixels in them, though. I don't know what that man is doing. And the diagonal thing got me once again. Alright, obviously there's a bit to discover in the gameplay. There's more to it, I'm going to say, than Gridrunner, because I can see there's more to it just from bouncing through up to level 6, even though I'm failing miserably at it. Alright, nice, nice. Converted by J. Leonard for HES, I guess. And great, pretty fun, hard. I find it hard. Your mileage may vary. You might be better at this style of game than me. That would not be a huge shock. So in any case, thanks very much for watching. Have a great day. Take care of yourself, and I will see you next time.